This is Feature Miner. So I've covered a lot of evidence about rainbows and their connection to the firmament. We discussed the different layers of the rainbows. We discussed the double rainbow, and we've discussed the rainbow itself and how it seems like the rainbow is evidence of a dome firmament, with the rainbow itself proving this.
Rainbows are undeniable proof that we are under a firmament. So you probably always wonder why a rainbow is in the shape of a dome, why it's always arched. Now science will tell you that a rainbow is caused when sunlight enters a water droplet, bends, reflects, and comes out as a visible spectrum. Now while that's true for the most part, what they're not telling you is that the raindrops are only there to act as a screen, to capture what's being projected. In order to fully grasp what a rainbow is, you first need to understand refraction. I know we've all seen this image before. Refraction is the bending of light as it transports from one transparent medium, like glass, into another. So here we have a white light hitting a glass prism and turning into a straight rainbow. But notice, we have never seen a straight rainbow. We've never seen a rainbow that forms right angles or one that goes straight up or straight down. It's always in the shape of a dome. And the funny thing is, to actually create a rainbow indoors, you need a mirror. You need a prism. But not just any mirror, you need a mirror submerged in water. Now since our mirror here is flat, our rainbow, which is reflecting the water or mist, is going to be a straight flat rainbow. So understand, the rainbow is always going to take shape of the medium it's being reflected off of. So what is the medium being reflected outside? Our glass firmament, the glass dome. It's really that simple. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass. Just as creating a rainbow indoors requires a mirror submerged in water, Genesis tells us that there are waters above our firmament. God made the firmament, which divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above it. And it was so. These are the very same waters that were released to flood the earth during the days of Noah. There's even several mentions in scripture of floodgates that God opens up from above to reset the earth. And you'll find the firmament and the same flood story in the Quran, the Vedas, and countless other cultures. So who's really being heretical here? Now take it a step further, look at this rainbow above an ocean. Notice how the colors are inverted in the ocean below from the original rainbow. The colors are in the opposite order. Well, obviously it's because the water is mirroring the rainbow, right? Now look at this double rainbow. What do you see? The second rainbow is just a reflection from the glass firmament above. The ocean below and the firmament above are both acting as mirrors, as above, so below.
So now I'm going to cover some more information that's been coming out, because according to reports and observations and photographic evidence, people have been determining that the rainbows in the north part of the earth, so closer to the North Pole, appear to be a higher arc than rainbows when you go to the southern parts of the earth.
And it only gets weirder, folks. You know what else is strange? The more north you go, the higher a rainbow arcs. For example, here's a rainbow in Alaska. Notice how high that is. Go just a few hundred miles south and it gets lower in Canada. And you go much further out to Australia and here's what they start looking like. Then, if you look for rainbows in Antarctica, at least through photos, thanks to the Nature Channel, since none of us are apparently allowed to go out there unless we're willing to spend thousands of dollars for a guided tour to visit an ice shelf. But look how flat that rainbow is. Just as the firmament's elevation changes the further you go out south, the rainbows you see also reflect that altitude.
So on a Flat Earth Gleason's map, you would see how the dome firmament would cover the entire earth. And so what would be the cause of rainbows being a higher arch when you're towards the North Pole, and then rainbows being very shallow when you reach the Antarctic areas? So this doesn't make any sense on a globe Earth. This evidence appears to confirm the shape of the dome firmament. It's almost as if the rainbows are mapping out the entire dome firmament for you. So you have evidence that there is a firmament above us, and it shows us the shape of it, where it'd be more shallow towards the Antarctic region, or you could say the outer ring of the flat Earth. And also I've covered before how there's this encyclopedia that seems to admit that there's a firmament and that it was mapped out to be lower in the Antarctic areas, because the encyclopedia actually gives details about the height of the firmament in certain areas around the outer ring of the earth. So this evidence is very interesting, because not only is the arch higher in the northern parts or the center of the earth, but as you travel towards the Antarctic area, according to reports and observations, the rainbow gradually gets shallower. So as you go to the equator part of the earth, you'll see the arch of the rainbow getting a little bit shallower and less of a higher arch. And then as you travel closer and closer to the Antarctic area or the outer ring, you'll have a very shallow arch. And so this phenomenon appears to be more evidence of a firmament.
Look, the firmament is very real. Look into Operation Dominic, Operation Fishbowl, Deep Freeze, all those military expeditions in the 1900s that you were never taught about in school. This is not news to your beloved government, folks. Once you start putting the creator's words to the test, all the lies we've been taught begin to fall apart. The earth is fixed and immovable. There are ends to the earth. There is water above and below, and the firmament is placed to divide them.
So let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section and what you think about all this. I'm going to leave links to my Dome Firmament playlist where you can find my other videos where I go deeper into this subject. Also, I'll leave links to my other channels, my social media, my Feed Your Mind store, my free email newsletters, and much more. If you would like to support this channel, please donate as little as $1 to help keep this channel online by becoming a YouTube member or a monthly patron. I also have a thank you button, so thanks for tuning in. This has been Feed Your Mind signing off.